Diane Keel and to the other commissioners who will be on it. I guess to begin to talk about my story, I grew up in a rural part of the capital city of South Carolina, Columbia. I lived in a very small neighborhood, a neighborhood yet to this day that has half of the road into the neighborhood paved. The beginning half of it is still a dirt road with no sidewalks, just a dirt ditch. It is only because the person who owns the property at the beginning of the road to our neighborhood still does not feel that we, African Americans in the lower end, need to have a road that is completely improved for transportation. I remember my first time of ever marching was a demonstration going down Main Street in Columbia, South Carolina, and joining at the tail end. I didn't really know what it was about, so people marching and singing, so I began to march and sing as well through that. My life then carried me through that era of riding on the back of the bus, paying money in front and moving to the back, or going outside and then reboarding the bus, living through the segregation of whites only and for Negroes of color only. I remember coming out of and passing many schools in order to get to the schools that we went to as African Americans, Negroes. And then I do remember the year of my 8th grade middle school or junior high school that we had. And we walked into class coming from the top 2 classes of our African American middle junior high school. We found that we were so far behind our other counterparts that the teacher said to us, "We cannot go all the way back to where you are. You're smart enough, you're going to have to catch up, so let's go." That was a challenge, and I wanted to say that I did do it, graduated, went on to college, found myself in the ministry, found myself in Kansas City, first of all, working there and continuing to go to school, and had the opportunity to meet a great family. My father-in-law was an attorney and a prosecuting attorney at that, as well as a state legislator. My mother-in-law happened to be the daughter of McKinley Burnett, who was the president of the NAACP doing the Topeka versus Brown, or Brown versus Topeka Board of Education case. He led that case. The school building there now has been named the McKinley Burnett School Building there in Topeka, Kansas. I had the privilege of being able to do the dedication of that, and that makes me most proud of that. That began to fuel me as I went to Boston and saw many things that were happening. And my most fighting became that of those who needed housing, those who were striving for education and even for health and equity and justice in those particular areas. I think all of that prepared me and did prepare me for the stint that and I say a stint, I've been here 20 years in Portland now, since July of last month, marked 20 years being in the city. It has been one of the greatest moves that God has ever made in my life in terms of the place where He brought me. I saw the things that were happening here and decided that the only way to really make it better, the only way to bring about changes, was not to sit on the sidelines and talk about it, not to read about it in the newspapers, but roll up the sleeves, join hands with those who were like-minded, and began to work towards making our city a better city. And through that journey, I've met people such as Commissioner Smith and now Representative Lou Fredericks, and many others that I could talk about, including Senator Margaret Carter, to continue to fight, to continue to pursue, not only for African Americans, but what's good for us is good for everyone. And as I work, and as I continue to do what I'm doing, I hope to retire before 91, maybe 90.5, but I want to continue to do everything that I can to make our city and the citizens who live here to have a much more safer, well-being of atmosphere to live in, and continue to push all the way. It's always time to do what we can, always time to do the right thing. And as Desmond Tutu said, if we're going to talk about compassion and we're going to talk about love, both of them makes a great demand. And if you're going to be compassionate, you better get ready for action. I'm ready for action because of the compassion I have for the city in which I live.
Thank you. Thank you.